Going to outrange and out-annoy you.
So I'm a little concerned with how this KT composition is.
Now Cuz moving towards that top side of the map, though, is now Keen going to get booped back by that hammer. Perfect, still looking for some options. Flash does come on through here. He's level 6, so they're making sure that all-out does not get him to safety. And he is trying to get the kill back, but it doesn't work. And first blood goes to Perfect. Close to death. He actually came after that all-out, all-in happened from Keen.
Full respect given. Over to Keen.
Oh man, that was scary. The bubble is going to connect here onto the Nocturne, though, as Canyon is just dead. Kill goes over to B2D. They lose out on the Drake.
Helpful in early 2v2s, gives you so much extra health. If your mantra's down...
Oh, here's the paranoia. As Perfect trying to get himself out of there, but he is feared up and destroyed. An easy gank here from Canyon. Or one, I could imagine, with a poke comp like this. Because 5v5 is not exactly going to be aim of the game, as True Shot Barrage connects here onto Ruler as the arrow is traded. There's the encore onto Effort. They want to try and kill him, but the high note not going to be enough. And Gen G did throw the kill.
Immediately, Cuz just goes for the dragon to trade. I said that was a good play. He is sticking around. That may convert it into a not good play.
Yeah, he may just die anyway, as it's going to be a Mountain Soul this game, and Perfect is also going to die. Keen tanks up this turret for quite some time, but he can do that. He's pretty tanky. And Canyon is going to survive there as well, so another gank on... Oh, never mind!
What?
Perfect gets the kill back. Why did he walk back into the turret? What just happened? That got a Ghost Blade!
Honestly, I'm going to say it. That's really funny.
Well, Perfect is just going to find Canyon here. Spell Shield is decent, wants a couple more autos, but doesn't quite get them. As now B2D finds the bubble onto Chovy, and there it is. Perfect goes forward, and Chovy gets taken down. Portal jump, beautiful there from B2D.
Aiming an effort.
And KT playing around the map really beautifully as well. You could see they get all that pressure on that bottom side of the map. They take down the turret. They utilize that to also get a blue buff as Flash out here from BDD. That portal jump means he does have to come back, though, and I think he is just dead. Does avoid a bit of the damages. Never mind. Oh, the Dustbringer. My God, if BDD had survived there, it would have been absurd.
I think mentally, if he'd survived there, it's just game over.
Yep, I think so too.
You wouldn't be able to handle it. Chovy might be in trouble here.
Yeah, there's the encore to try and keep him alive. The beat drop there as well, but in goes Cuz with the upgraded Audacious Charge. Perfect is now trying to dodge some Qs here out of Keen. Does manage to do so, as that was some fancy footwork. Still doesn't matter, he's very dead.
Plays with some answers back from Gen G.
Arrow. Just nails aiming. Doesn't have his cleanse up and available, and Chovy goes between the worlds. The flash out there is Cuz going to protect him from the angry Raptor. You love to see that.
Doing that in this matchup. I know we obviously have 3 deaths, but
Ruler going to take a little bit of a nap here as the turret does go down as well. Cuz flashing on top of the Ash. There's the paranoia, but it's not going to save the AD carry, and it's a double kill for Cuz as the bottom lane is wiped out. Shelly gets another charge, and KT, they did not skip a beat after their 2-0 over T1. Looking fantastic here in this mid-game.
Cuz playing it so well, flashing over the Seraphine ulti.
Or still, it just provides enough space to take this inner turret, as now you've got Perfect getting engaged on by Canyon, the flash, but the fear still connects, and so Perfect is very, very dead. Chovy collects it there with a dash cannon of his own.
But we have seen them sometimes delay it to get the Mikhails.
Wouldn't mind to see it as Chovy goes between the worlds. BDD just trying to get out and utilizes the dash cannon in order to do so. Really nicely done as Aiming and Ruler fighting one another. Aiming realizing that Duro was on the way. And now Effort moving on forward. Beach Ball going to go entirely wide. As there's the paranoia. Effort watches the Nocturne fly over the top of him, but the flash into the wall there from Canyon is not really what you wanted to see. As now BDD, he's flashing away as well. The all-out comes in, he gets a big old shield from Effort, and they go 1-for-1 as now Cuz is looking to try and take down Keen. The cavalry arrives, and KT look to convert it into this ocean. Going to soften up Chovy and Ruler.
I think one thing
just going to be able to buy the space here to manage to take down this turret as the arrow is going to connect. It lands onto Effort as there's the paranoia as well. Effort taken down immediately. Blast Cone is going to break up the fight. But Gen G have already taken one. Between worlds goes Chovy is now Perfect. Needs to be careful. The all-out onto Cuz takes him out of the fight, and Keen is going to be able to lock down the second kill. 2-0 in favor of Gen G. And now they may not even be done yet. The bubble is going to connect, though, onto this Cassante. And man, almost just explodes immediately afterwards. still going to survive as KT still with a fair bit of damage left available, but without the utility, it's going to be really difficult to stop Gen G
got
here.
stopped.
Yeah, he did. Okay, does this mean that they can stop this Baron from going down? Because KT kind of likes it when they're sitting in the pit. Exactly right, this poke could be devastating. Keen teleports just to get that shield and get back into the fight. And it should mean that KT are going to get out of there. But the True Shot Barrage does a fair bit of work. Canyon taking a lot of damage. The shot blast rate. Oh my God! He just walks in and takes it off the shelf. And now Effort's back. Perfect's back. They're looking for more as Canyon trapped inside the pit and aiming. Gonna take him down. Arcane Shift required to get over this wall as Gen G are desperately trying to salvage the situation. And there it is. To the skies goes Perfect, and Effort says that's a third one for me. But this,
oh, never mind.
Okay, never mind. This is actually just all part of the plan. And Effort going to be able to lock down that kill as well. A flash forward from Perfect as he takes out Ruler. And Duro going to follow suit as he presses W. And down goes the Seraphine. This should be the end of the game as KT 3-0 in the LCK for 2026 when they faced off against T1 first. And now Gen G. Paranoia going to be used, but it's just going to switch off the lights like a kid having fun. And KT will deal with these Nexus turrets and take us to game number 2 with match point. This KT is not the one I was expecting for the LEC.
Yeah.
They're like, the LEC is the best right now. What have they been doing? What is some of the tech to be doing here in this matchup? Perfect does at least get himself the cannon, is now BDD running towards Chovy. Flash quite early on in that.
I like the broad sounds.
I'm a big fan. All right, Keen down quite low. Doesn't have teleport, remember? Won't have that until the quest is completed and does have to use the flash to get out of the way.
Those still do a good amount.
Slice and dice, and Perfect is going to throw down the Dominus. Stun does come on through there as the exhaust is now being used up. Let's see whether he can hold on to this position. Gets that Fury back, but the Cold Meat comes through, and Cuz just here a little bit too late. That is first blood and a solo kill for Keen. He doesn't have the flash available though, so he will be going down, and Cuz is going to lock up that one. Juke.
I think that's
could have been a cute play.
Oh, he's very dead.
Yeah, he's if at first you don't succeed with just one person, bring all of your friends. And so BDD probably going to get gifted this kill as well, as Keen almost able to take down Cuz here.
Oh my.
If Cuz had died, could be. But we'll just have to see.
I like when we just get the look towards it. Oh no, we looked away.
And it
It
is.
is! Oh, okay. So good souls back to back.
This is like, you know, like there's all those weird things where people are saying like they bought Riftbound boxes and like all the like she's Fearless banned.
True.
Still.
He did also play Jace last game, so.
Do you think that Perfect is dead?
Do you think that's a normal minion?
It's behaving quite oddly. As Perfect slices, gets out of the way of the snare, but hail of arrows. I think the Dominus wasn't entirely necessary, but I do like that he procced it anyway to make sure he didn't die. Speaking of dying, I think that Ruler might be in a bit of trouble here, although what tries to flash out of the way of a turret shot here does Effort. Not entirely sure about that one, as now Cuz with the World Ender procced. I don't know whether he's going to be dead just yet, but the curtain call comes in. He flashes into it. The deadly flourish, the flash from Canyon. Beautifully played. You've seen the play again there as well. Pretty happy with how that one went, as now BDD in trouble. Realm Warp not going to work out here. And Duro going to turn up and help Chovy grab the kill. Gen G just played that so incredibly well.
Yeah, read the flash from Cuz. Just beautifully played.
Just hitting everything. Speaking of which, Effort once again in a rough position, will be taken down. 100 gold is the advantage here for Ruler. In fact, Gen G with leads all over the place. But it's his top lane that is the largest one in really making it work, as Deadly Flourish onto Cuz. Does get a bunch of his health back, but that's a decent Pop Blossom. Duro likely to get punished for it, but Cuz is already dead, and never mind, Duro survives. Aiming is now just in no man's land as the double kill comes in for Canyon, and Perfect just running away.
Wait, he's in his position.
Keen doesn't need help. Duro, this is mean. It's all right. Effort going to be roaming up here as the Magical Journey brings him over. Keen's underneath the turret. Not sure about that one, but Canyon turns up, and down goes the Crocodile. Effort is just dead, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be another one over to the...
This series.
Yeah.
That's been his main opponent, we'll say. Well, Perfect too, but...
Effort's main opponent has been basically everything here in this game, as Keen is going to show up and demonstrate exactly my point.
The effort towards trying to make these picks happen.
See what you did there.
Just not... Oh...
All right, let's see whether they can actually get themselves a kill onto Keen. He flashes to get himself out of the way, but he actually wants to stay in the fight as he takes down Cuz. Perfect goes in, and out he will go via the death chamber. Ruler just puts a fourth bullet in, buys him a little bit of time as KT are forced to back away. BDD rotating over, but he's on vision. So is Perfect, in fact, as there are just traps everywhere that he needs to deal with. And Chovy is going to find his Shuriman brethren. Deals with that shield immediately. BDD is going to move over. Pop Blossom connects onto the rise, but now Duro could be in a little bit of trouble. That should be the trade back, but a 1-for-1 isn't necessarily working out here as aiming is delivered to safety with the Realm Orb. Has to flash as Ruler's bullets are magnetized. And Canyon gonna throw that.
If you're really far ahead, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah. And also, like, your fourth item is obviously the most important because you're Jin. As there's a flash in from Canyon. Aiming is really dead, ladies and gentlemen, and Duro is gonna make sure that they can get even more. As Cuz should be all right here with that World Ender up and available, but Effort is just gonna have to run himself away. It is a back out here from BDD, who's been pretty quiet so far this game. He's now looking for an opportunity towards Keen. But yeah, this Varus can kind of stand his ground and do a whole bunch of work if given the opportunity. As now Gen G, there is a little ward there, so I think KT knows what's going on. As now Keen running after BDD. Let's see whether this 1v1 will be won by the Rise or by the Varus as he goes golden and BDD the flash out from Keen and he outplays him.
That was so close, so clutch.
Well, we've got even more fights. Exactly right. Effort can have to magically journey his way out. Perfect is extraordinarily dead, but does take Canyon with him. As Chovy gets on in there to take down Cuz. Effort not long for the world either, as he needs another Conquering Sands and does not.
But
Perfect gonna be okay. Is Effort gonna be
Effort.
okay? No. Tempered Fate for fun, and he's dead.
Yeah, not the play we were looking for.
KT can do anything to stop it.
He doesn't quite have Actualizer, which is really sad, but he's still very strong. Oh, Cuz.
Yep, Cuz chains corruption, and boom goes the dynamite here as Keen will find him. Chovy the one to take down the kill, but now look at this AoE damage. My goodness, it's BDD on a flank angle, but I don't know whether it's really going to work out as Keen just goes golden to avoid any trouble at all, and the Realm Warp does get BDD out of there, but the Baron goes over to Gen G. It is all Gen G all the time is what it feels like here in this game number 2, as Perfect trying to get himself to safety, but Canyon just dives on top of him and throws a spear.
I think for the first time this season, we might be going to a game 3.
We might be. KT going to be losing their first game this season as well, which is kind of crazy. Effort going to go up to 6 deaths as well. I haven't seen many 6-death games so far this season. A lot of firsts have occurred in this particular series. Inhibitors going down, and Gen G looking to stamp their name on this series and bring us to that deciding game number 3. Nexus turrets all that stands in their way, as KT gonna try and defend as best they can, but man, these wallets are so heavy. A 16, close to a 17,000 gold lead, Orcs. I'll say it, I think it might get there, and there it is. At least they do manage to take down Keen towards the end, but that is a bare Nexus, and they will be able to take that one down. As never mind, wasn't quite 17,000 in the end, but lost. So now Gen G obviously going to be sweating. Work out against... Oh, KT looking for a potential all-in angle here. As Amy's level 7, Effort's only level 5, but they still manage to get the headbutt back. There's the repel as the flash after from Aiming, and he gets the dash to lock down First Blood. Still, he is going to have to sacrifice himself for it. Doesn't have... Oh, Effort is going to be able to get the Triumphant Roar to heal himself back up. So they do get the First Blood, but immediately the punish does come in. Yep. As Aiming does have Effort and Cuz in the area. 2 versus 3, not exactly the greatest for Gen G. Is Effort just going to get on through? Yep, just keep going. Drive on by. Yeah, the Ambassador does make her way down towards this bottom lane. Gets exhausted immediately. Oh dear. Cuz gonna have to flag and drag to get himself out of there as Aiming almost just dead. I believe that was a headshot that did come on forward. There is the Cyclone, and down goes Aiming. Canyon will pay for it, though, as Cuz keeps himself alive. Peacemaker, not quite enough. As, man, really would have liked...
Neither one seems to be joining for this fight.
Likely to be a 4v4. As we can see, over the wall goes Duro, but he goes up into the sky. Doesn't exactly have very many opportunities to come back down, but there's a Cyclone from Canyon. Gets in, gets out again. Aiming going to be okay for the moment as BDD has found the backline, but does have to use that ulti to get himself out. Canyon locks up the Dragon. Good pulverize there as the Cataclysm takes out Chovy. Cuz now trying to survive as well as the Repel comes down, and Duro will go 1-for-1 with the enemy jungler. It's a Hextech soul this game as well. Gen.G licking their lips as they see that one.
But some missed executions, I feel like, and we saw, CTP coming in now from the cow. I don't think they will be able to get him.
Well, Headbutt Pulverize does come on through there as Keen gets pulled back in a little bit of a way, but not really too worried otherwise.
Yeah, so Canyon could secure it with the Q Smite on the Dragon to get it.
Oh, effort just to try and stop Canyon there. Does have that Pulverize, but now Keen comes back. There's the Headbutt. As they get the knock up at Keen, yeah, that's shields for days, as he does have that Eclipse, and now Perfect could be in trouble as well. Cuz is moving on in though, as now Canyon is just dead. They're gonna turn it, the Grim Deliverance is good, and Public Execution does basically nothing, and BDD is able to help out. It's a double for Perfect, and Cuz looking to try and lock down Duro, who's running the wrong direction. Lands the Cocoon, but Cuz still has the passive available. In the meantime, we've got 80 carries fighting towards the bottom side of the map as Ruler is going to get the flash out of Aiming, and Aiming would have died. If that Peacemaker had landed, that would have been a more vibes it gets. You know, that's how it kind of goes. As Cuz, he's making his way down towards Keen here. Doesn't want to give him a great angle, but still, Keen is going to throw down the ulti. Flag and Drag is going to lock him up, and I don't know whether he's going to escape from this one. Backflip from BDD, but he is surviving for a really long time. There's a Cataclysm in the end. Does no damage at all, but sends a message. Line Overgrowth and Ruler is going to put an end to that one, as KT should be able to take this third Dragon of the game.
Yeah, just picked the worst time.
And, oh my goodness, if Canyon got in there, there's a Headbutt Pulverize. Effort is dead. Okay. KT now underneath their outer turret in the bottom lane. BDD just trying to backflip his way towards it as best he can. The Slurkle value, absolutely astronomical. And
end up losing their own mid tower in return.
Oh yeah, Cuz also just going to get cocooned. Does get a bunch of his health bar back, and Chovy is going to get taken down by BDD. 5-point strike going to do it. Great Repel avoids the Shuriken, but still has to flash Hexgate to get out. That was a big cute from Duro.
A lot of damage. This was just a very sort of scrappy.
Having a look in live, Duro not a whole lot of places to go as he's just dead. Aiming grabs his third of the game, and he's Yunara. This is a champion that can become a massive problem, like you were saying. And that is just going to continue here. As, okay, Effort taking a little bit of a drive towards the top lane, is looking to try and knock up Chovy, and Chovy is going to do the walking away thing here as well. Perfect. Losing some health bar, but isn't really too worried about that. He is Zehen, as it turns out. As Effort going to cleanse himself. BDD dash cannoning over, looking for an opportunity here, but does get on top of Ruler now.
Wow.
And executes him. Perfect execution comes down. The bottom lane is obliterated, and Effort survives. My goodness, Effort has just kind of gone crazy towards the end of this series, for better or worse. Is now Keen looking for the opportunity. The public execution onto Aiming is perfect, and Chovy dashes on in. Grim Deliverance is mainly against KT this time as Perfect goes down, and there is the counter punch.
Contest. Look at BDD who has his flank through mid.
Yep, Keen as well with a flank angle can always get there with the public execution, as well as Aiming with control of the Drake for now. So we toggle the vision. Perfect makes his way in. Ruler, they just go execute him. They take him down. Aiming now in trouble as well, as both 80 carries just hit the floor, but it's Cuz that locks down the Dragon. BDD doesn't have his ulti, but does still have access to a fair bit of damage. Still the Grim Deliverance, and Perfect is the one to take out Chovy. There are so many decoys in this game, as Canyon is going to have his one taken down, but then he dies as well, as KT, I guess they don't need their 80 carry. The rest of them get the job done.
I think it's
no Canyon. This should be a Baron over to KT. Gen.G going to try and make them work for it, as we can see here. As it's going down lower and lower, there's the knock-up. Cuz still in range of this Baron, but you can see now these health bars are just going down. Keen! Oh, Perfect could have just turned around and taken him out. It's a triple kill for Ruler. And yeah, you got the Baron, but was it worth it?
Yeah, you lost so many members. Remember, Baron just doesn't...
Now, KT still utilizing this Baron pretty well. As you can see, a lot of pressure here towards his bottom side, as the inner turret had already fallen in mid. Haven't quite got this one just yet. This Siege Minion was doing a fair bit of work as they're looking to steal away the red buff. It is taken by Cuz. Canyon not quite able to lock that one up there. As we have a flanking teleport from Perfect. It looks like KT do want to start off this fight right now. Effort already taking a fair bit of damage here as Cuz engaged on by Gen G. Gets the Cataclysm over onto Chovy as BDD gets in amongst it, but he's taken down very, very low. Chovy the first one to die. His Ruler is dead as well. KT playing it beautifully, but now is the counterpunch time. Keen locks up Cuz. That is a smite now dead. But KT still have a man advantage, aiming, hitting the dragon, and BDD managed to make it out to safety. Perfect, looking to try and dash forward, gets a knock up onto Duro, who does have a minion to dash towards, but there's the pulverize out of Effort, and he's able to take down his opposite number, hoofed to the head. And now Canyon likely to die here as well, as aiming chases him down. That is 4 dead.
Oh, it's just doomed.
Yeah.
Also, Ruler has got LDR. He's got a ton of damage, but no survivability.
Oh, Effort looking to try and turn this into engage. Only gets a knock up onto one, as now BDD looking for the angle. Perfect execution, but doesn't find. They get BDD, and they take him down. Chovy manages to land it, but Keen is also dead. Duro trying to get something done here, but it doesn't quite work out. But this time, aiming is alive, and Ruler gets put in the Cataclysm and taken down. Gen G identified BDD as the problem and forgot that aiming existed.
Once again, they put so much effort into trying to peel BDD, and the rest of the team is ready to clean up. Cuz charges forward to take out Ruler, and aiming is there to pick up the triple, and now they're gonna look to end the game.
KT with a perfect week against T1 and Gen G. That is what we're looking at as aiming finishes it off, grabs the ace, and the Nexus is the last to go down. KT Rolster 2-0 in the first week of LCK 2026.